Hey y'all, hope everybody's doing good today, tonight, whenever you're watching this. I'll try not to make this video too long, but if you guys hear a noise in the background, for one, it's about to rain. It's been raining on and off this morning, so, if you hear rain, then yeah, it's raining, and it's also windy out too. I don't know how well you guys can see the trees moving. Can't really see it because of how the screen is making the lighting, but whatever. Anyways, so it's Pride Month now. Obviously, a lot of people know that, I'm sure, especially if you live in the United States and, whatever. But before I say what I have to say, I will say this right now. If you're gay or lesbian or you're a part of the LGBTQ community, like you're a member of some sort or you're a supporter of some sort, you know what? Whatever. That's your right. And I have nothing against that. All right. You do whatever your heart desires. You do whatever makes you happy in your life. You know what? I'm not going to go against somebody that does things that makes them happy. As long as it doesn't affect me personally. But with that being said, uh, yesterday, I watched a video from Adam Calhoun, and for those of you who don't know who he is, which I'm sure some of you who are familiar with my channel know who he is, but if you don't know who he is, then just go check him out. Good dude, puts out great content, puts out great music as well. I will say that right now. But beside my point, I watched a video from him yesterday where he was talking about a few different things, and while he was talking, he showed this video of this pride rally that took place. I'm not too sure exactly where at this pride rally was. I'll have to look into that again, but there was a pride rally going on, and there was this one dude that was being interviewed. He was like, oh, my favorite thing about pride rallies is seeing children there or something like that. I love when kids come to pride rallies, blah, 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 blah. Like, really, dude? That's your favorite reason for going to a frickin' pride rally? Now, like I said, I have nothing against people that take part in pride rallies. But if that is your main reason for you know, going to pride rallies or seeing kids there, like, I'm sorry, but that just sounds freaking weird, in my opinion. Like, really, really, weird. And my question is, why are parents even taking kids to pride rallies to begin with? Like, that shit never made sense to me, okay? And, like, I'm sorry about my foul language, but that right there, I'm just gonna say it how it is, in my opinion. I think it's disgusting that parents think that it's a good idea to take their kids to pride rallies. And for those of you that are going to get pissed off at me saying that and be like, oh, well, you're just disgusted because it has to do with pride. It has to do with this and that, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not my point. The thing is, there are lots and lots of inappropriate shit that goes on at some pride rallies. Not all pride rallies. I understand not all are like this, but you got people that dress inappropriately. You got people that sit there and do inappropriate shit in front of everybody, like make out, do all this inappropriate shit. And hell, a buddy of mine said that he saw a pride rally one time. Not going to say where it was, but he said that there were people that were touching each other inappropriate in front of everybody. Like, I'm sorry, but, if I was a father, I wouldn't want my kids to see that shit. I'm sorry, but that's pretty freaking disgusting in my opinion. And on top of that, too, you probably got some people there that are sexually interested in children that like to sit there and stalk children or whatever. I mean, how does that not occur to parents that take their kids to pride rallies? Like, seriously. On top of that, too, you got kids that are part of the pride, which I don't know why parents even allow them to. You know, one thing if the kid is gay or whatever, but like, you know, parents that think it's okay to sexualize their children and, you know, have them dress some weird way and then take them to a freaking pride rally. And yeah, who the fuck knows if there's a bunch of weirdos that are there watching those kids. Like, seriously. Then for that one guy that was talking on the news to be like, oh, my favorite thing about these pride rallies is seeing children there. Could you imagine if some Trump supporter at a Trump rally said that? Or if some dude that was preaching God or Jesus was at some Christian or Catholic rally and they said that? That person would be getting investigated big time, as well as so many people at any of those rallies. But no, since it was a pride rally, you know, it really doesn't matter. You know, you don't hear a bunch of people outraged. You know, you don't hear a bunch of people talking about how disgusted they are. You don't hear a bunch of people online saying things like, oh, these people should be going to prison. These people deserve this. These people deserve that. They should go turn themselves in. Blah, 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 blah. Yet in a previous video I made, you know, where I was talking about Trump and, you know, sticking up for the guy, people were like, oh, well, you're over here defending the dude. You're over here doing this and that, blah, 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 blah. You should turn yourself in, blah, blah, blah. Like, okay, first off, if you think I should turn myself in because of some of the things I say, feel free to go to the nearest police department and show them my videos. And then let me know how that goes. Like, seriously. I think the least that the police are going to do is be like, why don't you find something better to do? But anyways, I'm sorry. This isn't about me and some of the things I've said on my channel. But seriously, like I said, if some dude at a Trump rally or a rally preaching God, or if it's a rally about guns or whatever, said something along the lines of, oh, well, you know, I love to see all the children there. That's my favorite thing, blah, 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 blah. 9 times out of 10, that person would be going to jail, and the rest of the people in that rally would be getting investigated. So to the person that said that he loves to see children at pride rallies, I'm sorry, but that sounds freaking creepy, and that's the type of person that I think belongs behind bars. And like I said, I'm not saying that everybody that's a part of that community is weird, because you know what, I get it. There are people that are a part of that rally that don't want anything to do with children. You know, they don't think that children should be involved in things like that. And you know what? To any Pride member or Pride supporter that agrees that children shouldn't have anything to do with things like that, you know what? You have my respect. You know, I don't agree with a lot of the shit that goes on with people in the LGBTQ community, and I might not support it, but as long as you are not doing something weird towards children or doing something that affects me personally, then I really don't give two shits about what you do. You know, my thing is, if you think your life decisions have to do with reaching out to children, then I don't respect you. I'm sorry, but reaching out to somebody else's children should not be what you should be doing. I will say that right now. You know, that's a sad thing, is, you know, a lot of people out there think that their decisions have to evolve around reaching out to children, especially when it has to do with sexuality or things like that. You know, it'd be one thing, like, if they didn't have all this weird shit going on at these rallies, But the fact of the matter is, there are some weird things that go on at these rallies. You know, like people dressing inappropriately, people doing inappropriate dance moves in front of everybody, people freaking. I could go on, but I'll end it there. But hell, I've seen pictures of people going to pride rallies while naked. Like, come on now. You know what? Children do not need to be seeing that shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to anybody that's going to get pissed off by me saying that. But if that right there doesn't piss you off, you know, when a kid sees shit like that, then honestly, you probably have no problem with the amount of crazy shit that goes on with kids these days. I mean, it's no wonder why so many kids these days are growing up to think that they could be this and that. They could be several other genders, or they can go and do the same thing when they get older and, you know, possibly get in trouble for it. You know, adults think that children won't be able to remember things like that. Well, I'm sorry, but children can remember stuff like that, and they will, probably for the rest of their lives. Because adults are putting it in the kids' minds that things like that are okay. You know, dressing inappropriately to where, you know, it looks like some of your inappropriate body parts are hanging out. And, you know, kids see things like that. I mean, seriously, that's something to think about. But anyways, I'm going to end the video here because I got to get started with some things. But hope everybody's having a great week, you know, whenever you're watching this. And yeah, that's that. You guys all take care now. If you have a problem with what I said, then you know what? I'd like to hear you say something. But if you agree with what I said, feel free to like the video. Feel free to subscribe. Do whatever. You guys all take care now.